Football clubs pour their identity into every detail: kits, stadiums, chants, but nothing is more sacred than the badge. That little emblem stitched over the heart means everything: pride, tradition, history. But what happens when that identity isn't so original? In a sport built on legacy, some clubs have taken a shortcut by borrowing, imitating, or downright copying the badge of another. Some are subtle nods, others almost shameless replicas. Today, we're diving into 5 fascinating stories of club badges that were clearly copies, from smaller sides mirroring giants to clubs across continents sharing suspiciously similar designs. Let's begin. In Chile, a newly formed club called Santiago City FC made its entrance into the football scene with big dreams and a polished look. New kits, new squad, new badge. But it didn't take long before fans started doing double takes. Badge looked familiar, too familiar. A circular crest, sky blue tones, topped off with the name Santiago City. Sound like someone you know. Yeah, Manchester City. The resemblance wasn't just noticeable, it was undeniable. The badge wasn't just inspired by cities, it mirrored it. Same layout, same style of artwork. Manchester City took notice too. Reports surfaced that the Premier League giants issued a warning, citing the potential for brand confusion. Santiago City responded by changing their badge, but by then the internet had done its thing. Side-by-side comparisons went viral. Memes were made. The verdict from fans was simple. This wasn't homage, it was a copy. Over in Croatia, a small lower league club named NK Jadran Galeb was going about its business, until fans noticed their badge looked suspiciously similar to that of an English Premier League team. Brighton and Hove Albion have one of the more iconic modern badges in English football. A white seagull flying across a blue background, all framed in a clean, circular crest. Elegant, simple, instantly recognizable. Now picture that exact design, but with a different name around the circle. That was the case with Jadran Galeb's badge. Same bird, same angle, same colors, just different text. It didn't take long for Brighton fans to catch wind of it. Screenshots spread online. Did Brighton start a Croatian branch? One fan joked. Eventually, Brighton themselves made contact and Jadran Galeb agreed to redesign the crest. But fans had already spoken. This wasn't inspiration. This was copy-paste. When Romanian side Otlo Galati unveiled their redesigned badge in the mid-2010s, the reaction was swift and loud. Fans didn't need long to point out the striking resemblance to one of the most famous clubs on the planet, FC Barcelona. The shape of the crest, identical. The horizontal split between top and bottom, same. Even the use of vertical stripes in the lower half and the placement of a ball in the center, it all echoed the Blaugrana's badge. Barcelona supporters online were quick to call it out. Romanian media picked up the story, and eventually, reports circulated that Barcelona had formally asked Otlo Galati to change their badge. To Otlo's credit, the club did eventually update their crest, but the story remains a curious example of a smaller club borrowing the iconography of a footballing titan, perhaps in hopes that some of that magic might rub off. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Atlético Atlanta is a club located in Argentina, a modest club with history, passion, and a blue and yellow identity. Their badge, a circular crest with vertical stripes and bold initials, may look familiar to fans of European football. Why? Because it closely resembles the badge of Inter Milan, or at least an older version of it. Inter Milan's badge has evolved over time, but its iconic circular crest with interlocking letters dates back over a century. Atlanta's badge doesn't copy it exactly, but the typography, circular shape, and use of initials bear a strong resemblance. While Atlanta claimed their design is entirely original, the influence is hard to ignore, especially when you place the two side by side. It's a case of inspiration more than outright copying. But when a small South American club's crest ends up looking like it was born in Milan, questions are bound to be asked. For our final story, we head to England itself. Peterborough United, a well-known club in the English Football League, unveiled a new badge ahead of the 2025-26 season. Rebrands happen all the time. What doesn't happen often? Rebrands that instantly get compared to a top 6 Premier League club's badge. As soon as the badge dropped, fans online weren't talking about the design itself. They were talking about how much it looked like Chelsea. A lion in the middle, a circular crest, a clean, minimal layout. Even the font around the edge echoed Chelsea's look. The similarities weren't lost on fans. Social media was filled with posts saying things like, "When you order Chelsea on Wish," and "Proud to be from West London, Peterborough." To be fair, Peterborough insisted that their lion was unique, a nod to their heritage. But for many supporters, it felt more like a borrowed identity than a fresh start. In an era where branding is everything, it left a lasting impression, just not the one they were hoping for. In football, identity is sacred. It's the flag we wave, the shirt we wear, the badge we kiss. But sometimes clubs look outside for inspiration, maybe too far outside. From South America to Eastern Europe, from local leagues to national stages, we've seen clubs take visual cues, consciously or not, from football's biggest names. Some did it out of admiration, others out of ambition. But one thing, for sure, football fans always notice. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most copied club badges, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which copycat badge shocked you the most. Or maybe one we missed. Until next time, subscribe and like the video wearing your badge with honor. Just make sure it's original.